Hey Hillary, thank you for the review. So I'm playing with YouTube right now. I tried the YouTube live and I don't know if I just don't have a good enough signal or if I'm just stupid when it comes to electronics. But anyway, that didn't work. I'll just send this to you like normal. So I'm going to get these all straightened out. I hope that you and the baby are doing well. You know babies are a lot of work, but definitely worth it. Can't believe I haven't even met her yet. But I love the pictures. Sorry, I should have straightened these out before I started, but I honestly didn't think that this was going to work either. So kind of took me by surprise. So while I am doing that, of course, you can just go ahead and focus on whatever it is that you'd like to know about. If there isn't anything in particular, just ask God, whatever. Give you whatever message you need at this time. This is one of the 3 fairy tarot decks that I have. One of them just kind of disappeared, but fairies do that. The other one, I think, I left at the motel, but Kayla said she's got it. I know none of that is relevant to you at all. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Have to be all mixed up. Okay. So I'm going to do a full reading for you, about 20 minutes, but I do talk fast, so I might get it done faster than that, you never know. And one of my favorite tarot readers said, because he talks fast too, that you can slow down the playback. So if you can't understand me, that's a cool option. Alright. Just going to shuffle these. It's been a while since I did one for you, so hopefully it brings... Oh! Open up, Hillary. Not... When the cards don't shuffle very well, that's just having a hard time connecting with you, or having some tension, or feeling resistant to, being mentally examined. No, that sounds like a psychiatrist. You know what I mean, though? Just putting everything out there. But, alright, we got that. Cut it. I got a job today. Not that has anything to do with your tarot reading. I'll be way more professional in the future. Promise. Alright. So, for your overall situation... Okay, we have a Page of Swords. So this centers around either the truth being delivered to you in a message or a phone call being communicated to you. It could be, though, a young, sort of brash, what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody who is not very tactful when they are delivering the truth. They don't understand that honesty is only part of it, and that kindness should also still be a part of that message. So if you received a message that was a little bit rude, try to understand that the person it's coming from does believe that they are coming from a place of integrity, and their intention is not to hurt you. Try to overlook the rudeness or the annoyingness and get the core message. Because those pages, they're the younger ones, and they haven't developed a lot of maturity yet. So, also could be something that's just blurted out by a young person in your life. It might not be any person though. It could just be a letter, text. What crosses you? So something that affects that, for better or for worse. Not that. How about everything? Isn't that the truth sometimes? I was like, well, every single factor in the whole entire world is affecting me right now in some kind of way. Yeah, they're not wanting to share. I connect with your spirit guides, my Reiki guides, angels, fairies, whoever wants to come help. And sometimes they're rather tight-lipped. Not like actual lips, but I don't know whether that's you that controls that or whether that's them, but I'm having a hard time getting answers. All right. Oh, too many cards. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it is to work in a call center with this constant throat clearing thing? Okay. So this is affected by, you've recently had a confrontation or a conflict argument with this person, and it left you feeling sort of stabbed in the back, as you can see from the swords in her back. But it was something that became vicious, painful. It wasn't something that you expected, and it hurts a lot. So you're not really ready to move on yet. And that could be the very person that wants to talk to you right now, and you're like, whoa, like too soon. So, unkind words, things said in anger left you feeling attacked and hurt unexpectedly. And the other person has walked away, meaning that they have stopped the attack, but you're not really so sure whether you should trust that or not. Because that one took you so much by surprise, you don't know what else is going to happen. All right. At the foundation of this issue, so where this came from, at the root of it all. It keeps wanting to give me 3, so I guess we'll do that. At the root of this, we have something a little bit more complex. We have a King of Pentacles, a Queen of Wands, and a Seven of Swords. Somebody got betrayed. This is a woman with fiery energy, such as a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. I believe you are a Leo, so that could be you. And this is a man, most likely an earth sign. If he doesn't present as an earth sign, it could be your father, because it could be a fatherly figure. It could also just be somebody that is focused on material, whether it be belongings, home, job. Now, he is a king, so he is mature. He's somewhat relatively got his stuff together. So there even could have been advice coming from this person, like as a fatherly figure, something sensible. I don't take that as a romantic partner. And I don't take the betrayal as being against either of you, or at least not from the other. This is not an interpersonal conflict between the two of you. This is to you, and advice that was given, or practical knowledge and information to help you deal with that betrayal from that person. So thank goodness for that person, which that may have led into either this person or this news being shared with you a little bit rudely and abruptly, which hurt you, and that was not expected. So that's not the same person for sure. That's just maybe somebody, chiming in their 2 cents, throwing in their input even when it wasn't asked, thinking that they're helpful and they're just really a bug. Maybe they overhear you and King of Pentacles talking about it, and they decide to throw in their worthless opinion, that type of thing. Like, got a bad child, the adults are talking. and that's another thing too with that page. He's got very strong convictions, and he's very opinionated, but his opinions are just based on knowledge, like information, not experience. He doesn't know what it's like to actually live through any of these things that he is so sure about, that he knows so much about. So he'll later on realize what a fool he looks like, but right now he doesn't see it. In your recent past, as it pertains to this situation, okay, got a couple. We'll just let it go with that because it seems to want to spit out a bunch of cards. So in your recent past, we have 2 aces, 2 beginnings, and the Emperor. You got it going on, girl. So, well, not necessarily you, but you've got 2 things just starting at the same time. You want to go this way, build your foundation, and create abundance and stability. Work, get your household in order. But there's also something that's calling you. You just need to take action. You just have to, you can't pass this up. You need to express yourself this way, or you need to just you need to, sorry, I just lost my train of thought, but you need to assuage the fire, some type of, whether there's some anger inside you or even just some energy, excitement. Being a Leo, you know, it's very possible, and there's something that you would like to direct that to and that you are really passionate about. But also you're like, well, I gotta be working and, you know, buying baby clothes and all that other stuff. So there is either somebody in your environment, and this isn't necessarily, it's not a court card, so not necessarily you, it's just because it's a guy that I think it might not be, but it can be you. This is saying either somebody doing this for you or you having the ability to have the discipline, the dedication, the planning skills, and the organization of your mind to be able to flawlessly and without a hitch confidently run both of these two things at the same time. They both hit you at the same time. You got this. You got a plan. So that's awesome. Or either that or this person showed up and they got a plan. They might annoy you a little bit if it is another person because they are very type A personality. They have a very specific idea of how things are going to go, and they're not really open to your suggestions. They just want you to sit back and do what they say. Let them handle it all. So if you're okay with that, it could work out well for you. If not, could be some friction. In your near future, with this situation, okay. Well, we have the Hanged Man upside down, which is an interesting position for the Hanged Man. Anyway, when you've got the Hanged Man, you are seeing the same scenery from a different perspective. And you're understanding that while both viewpoints are completely different, they are both correct for the same thing. So this is a need to, in your near future, be able to see it from the other person's perspective or from another angle. But there's something blocking you from being able to do that. So you can't understand where they're coming from. You have not experienced it from their side. And that judgy page could even be a part of you, but we'll find out more. So to get that turned upright, you need to control your chariot. You need to keep on moving on toward your goals, all right? And you need to just, really what I'm getting from this is, don't worry. It's not that you're supposed to understand the other person. You might feel like you need to, or you might be trying to, but this is like the worry about yourself. You know, you can understand that you too are being pulled in two different directions constantly. You have to stay focused on your outcome and get yourself back on track when you get pulled off. Maybe through seeing those experiences that you have, you'll either decide that it's not practical to worry about why somebody else does what they do, or maybe that will give you a little insight about how difficult it is to do the right thing all the time and to choose the right path and to tame these two beasts, because one is ego and one is spirit, and of course spirit is pretty easy to work with, but that ego, you just have to keep a constant watch on it. So maybe by being reminded of that challenge, it will help for you to see another perspective. All right, what crowns you? Best thing you have going for you in this situation, or the best possible outcome. I'm doing pretty good on time so far. I thought I'd be way over. Thank goodness for bipolar. So these cards are named after Stevie Nicks' song or album, Crystal Vision. I thought that was pretty awesome. Alright, so best thing you have going for you is the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which is really interesting because usually when it's reversed, it's not that good of luck. It is a stroke of fortune, or some chance event happening, usually upright. That's a good thing. Upside down, not necessarily, but since this is in this position, this means something unfortunate happened, something unexpected messed something up, but for whatever reason, that is an asset to you. You may not understand right now why, but I have a feeling that if you don't, later on, it'll become clear. Something randomly went wrong, and that was the best thing that could have happened. You, in this situation, yeah, I know when I was 17, I tried stupidly getting pregnant with my boyfriend or with his baby, and thankfully that was something that went wrong. Otherwise, my whole life would be entirely different right now. You in this situation are the Two of Swords, so you are nervous. You're nervous about trusting, probably because of the conflict that was just had and the hurting that you're still feeling, the rudeness of the other person. You really aren't sure that you feel comfortable leaving both eyes open, so you're going to keep your swords with you just in case you get attacked. You want to be prepared. For whatever reason, you have to close your eyes, but you're going to kind of squint one open a little bit, so you can sort of see. You don't really trust the situation of the person, not because you think that they're bad or it's bad, but you don't know it well enough and you're not familiar enough to be able to say confidently and comfortably, all right. In your environment, speaking of, something that affects you, but that is not you yourself. Could be another circumstance, another person, something else that's happening that will affect your situation, but not that you're involved in directly. All right, a gathering, a party, most likely of your women friends, maybe a girls' night out or something like that. And this could, you could be an attendant there. It's just something that is not at your home. So it's something that's in your environment. Maybe a friend is having a get-together, slumber party, Mary Kay. Do they even do those anymore? But you get my drift. Supportive women getting together, just shoot the shit, eat some ice cream, nothing major. Just having a good time. That's all that's on the agenda. Nothing serious, nothing heavy. It doesn't say whether or not you're supposed to go to that or why that's in your environment, but for whatever reason that does affect your situation. And based on some of the other heavy stuff here, I would say personally it seems like it'd be probably good to go, lighten the mood a little bit. Alright, your hopes or fears in regards to this situation. I need a new word other than situation because I always think of Jersey Shore. Alright, hopes or fears. Six of Swords. You do hope to be able to move on. And this comes right, you had the Five of Swords right here, actually. You're not quite being able to let go of what just happened. You do hope to be able to finally do that and to move forward. Now, although this is a moving forward, it is still an armed, like we had with that Two of Swords. You still want to keep your swords with you. You're not that comfortable. But at least you're not still immobilized in that pain. Like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this happened. Oh my God, this hurts so bad. Next phase of that will be like, well, yeah, that sucks. I'm going to grab my swords, keep moving forward. Now, the reason, too, that you would still want to keep those, even if you aren't in danger, is the lessons that you've gained through what just happened are important. So you don't want to just leave it all behind. You do want to bring some of it, the valuable part, with you. Leave the rest. Possible outcome, if you continue on your current path, if you're in this vibration, it will likely lead you here. But you can always make different choices and switch your vibration at will. So otherwise, there will be no purpose to having a life. So just be mindful if this sounds like something that you definitely don't want to happen. Just pay close attention to your thoughts. All right, we have a Page of Cups. Ooh, it might be an offer of love. Based on everything else that's happened here, I would be careful just a little because this page, he can be kind of like selling dreams, or it could just be sort of like, he doesn't mean it like that. He's not being malicious, but kind of like fluffing you up or pillow talk, just the sweet nothings, beautiful illusion. And that might be great for a night or just, for a distraction. So you might, get swept off your feet or swoon by this, intoxicating boy. Not saying that he's like younger than you, but he's just not that mature. He hasn't yet learned how to balance his emotions. He gets swept off by them, and he wants to carry you off in his little daydream too, or his fairy tale with a happy ending, going off into the sunset, all that stuff. So go ahead and enjoy the charm and let yourself kind of surrender to that fantasy momentarily, but don't let it pull you off your track because it's not really going anywhere. At least not right now. And if it isn't a person or if that doesn't happen, then you would just get a message from somebody saying, I love you, that type of thing, an offer. Your advice, this is the last card. Sorry for all the talking. We have the Hermit. Your advice is to not do that. Sure, he's tempting, but you know deep inside, it's not. There's no substance to it. It's not anything but fluff. And right now is not the time to be distracting yourself with romance. This is a time that you need to be going within and integrating everything that you've learned, especially this experience that you just went through. Looks like it was a little bit hard, and you still have a lot to think about, a lot to heal from, a lot to ask yourself and turn over in your mind. And that's going to need for you to pull back from society, not like all of society forever in general, just maybe not as in contact or accessible by messenger or phone. Just hang out at home for a night or two and do some thinking, meditating. A lot of the things that you've been working through, you won't really understand what that means for you or how it applies to you until you start to sit down and put all the pieces together. And you can't do that at a party or at a concert or while you're watching TV. So you owe it to yourself to do that. And the advice is for you to just take that time before you move forward, because then you'll be wiser in your next choices. All right, well, hopefully that resonated. And sorry, again, it took 20 minutes, I think. Did pretty good. I don't know when I'll see you again, but until then, take care of that baby and give lots of snuggles.